So here's a beautiful grave all by itself. It's very odd that it's right at the back of the cemetery all by itself. No other graves around it. So let's see what it says. Hi, welcome to another episode of Cemeteries Down Under, and welcome to October, Spooktober, where I'll be showing you cemeteries attached to ghost stories. And we're here at Norah Heads lighthouse, and we'll be taking you to the cemetery across the road. But I thought I'd start here because the cemetery is attached to a ghost story, and so is this area here. And you'll see the lighthouse behind me that opened in 1903. And before that lighthouse opened, there was over 40 shipwrecks in the treacherous rocks below. And one of them was a well-known collier, Janet Dixon, that sunk in 1870. Now, they say this beach down here is one of the most haunted beaches in Australia. And a lady they called Jenny Dixon, I don't know how, but they kind of got the name of the ship mixed up with the ghost, but they say she roams the beach looking for her lost son. Many people have had experiences with this beach and at the lighthouse. They say the caretakers haunt the lighthouse out there. And I'll take you to the cemetery where there's another ghost story. So catch you soon. So we're here at Norahville Cemetery across the road from Norah Heads lighthouse where we were. Now this cemetery is associated with another ghost, and some mix it up with the same one as the one on the beach, or it could be the same one. The story for this one is that a young girl was hitchhiking on the main road over there known as Wilford Barrett Drive in the 1970s, and she was picked up by a group of young men in the car, and she was violated in the most horrible way. She died from her injuries, but before she died, she swore revenge on the perpetrators, and one by one they died in mysterious circumstances. They say that she's buried here at the back in an unmarked grave, but she doesn't have a name, and there's no history records to match this report. So urban legend, you say? Don't know, but over the years, even this year, there's been hundreds of reports to the police stating that they've seen a girl hitchhike, they pick her up, she doesn't say who she is, but then she disappears in the car. So let's explore this cemetery while we ponder whether it's real or not, and see if we can find a grave that'll match the date. So here we got Gladys and Norrie, died the 10th and 14th of June 1915, aged 20 and 24 years, beloved daughters of C.S. Williams. There must have been some sort of horrible tragedy. Rest in peace. We do have the main road behind us, so unfortunately I'm going to have a bit of traffic noise, but I'll try it to not have too much. We've got Ada, born February 1867, died November the 30th, 1912, age 45. Thomas Duncan, husband of Ada, also ashes of son and daughter. So as you can see, it's a fairly newish sort of cemetery. There's not too many older headstones here, mainly lawn plaques. So It's not a very historical one. I'd say they would have been one of the first graves there. I keep getting drawn to this pretty one here, so I'll quickly read it. I can't say the name, but very handsome man there. I do like the photos. Rest in peace. Oh, there's a bird. I do like my birds. It's like a budgie. And this one belongs to a Grant Moody, who died in 2001. Loves son and brother. And it looks like he liked his fishing as well. And next to him, we've got the ones with the black and white photos. You've got Flora and her husband Lewis. So I see some beautiful angel statues over here, so I'm going to have a peek. Gorgeous. And they have photos as well. And we've got Davis and husband. So Eileen and Noel. And she died in 2011 and he died in 2015. Rest in peace. Beautiful headstone. Got some more photos here. We've got James and Ivy May. So I see a couple of more statues up here. We've got Anne, 2009, loving, courageous, inspirational, beautiful. And this one, Vicky and Lindy and Gloria. Alright, I might try and go to the back of the cemetery now and see what dates we can find. So here's a beautiful grave all by itself. It's very odd that it's right at the back of the cemetery all by itself. No other graves around it. So let's see what it says. So it's a man, John Malcolm Nelson, tragically killed at Norah Head in 1962. Jack Nelson, loved husband, father and grandfather, 1996. And Olive 1998. So they lost their son, tragically killed. Well, what a beautiful grave. But I wonder why he's here, like in the bush, in the middle of nowhere, like away from all the other graves. I wonder if there's a reason behind it. And found this little cross in the cemetery, obviously someone's beloved kitty, and it says rest in peace Doom Kitty, with some flowers, and that must have been his little collar. Oh, rest in peace. So here we've got, it's not quite a unmarked grave. I think it says Ivy May McPherson. Ivy McPherson fell asleep the 9th of 8th, 76. Could this be the mysterious grave we're looking for? Or is it just a fabrication? Beautiful birds here. Well, that one's sort of unmarked, but hang on. Yeah, could even be one like that. And that one's a Peggy. She died in 1972, age 50. Now, the story is the girl was only like 15. So, rest in peace to Peggy. I don't think it's her. A beautiful couple picture here. Isn't that gorgeous? I often look at the pictures and try and picture what their lives were like. Rest in peace. And he's here with their family. Looks like a son. Gustav. Only 20. Rest in peace. I often wonder what their stories are. Yeah, Eva, 1970. And Raymond. And I wonder if this is a daughter. This one is my dear wife and mother Edith, 1970. There's a few from 1970 here, but nothing that matches the story. Like, go to the picture over here. There's like a little picture and little statues in the tombstone. And you got Ruby and William. Beautiful. Rest in peace. Their picture's a bit faded. That one's gorgeous. A Christmas grave. Obviously no one's been here for a while, but I do like the little statue of the bunny. And here we got some more photos. And Anthony passed in 1972-19, and his dad was a bit faded now. Rest in peace. Yeah, we just got a little cross here. Rest in peace, with an angel and a cute little figurine. I think the ghost here will always be a mystery, and whether you believe in them or not, there's been many reports about her. So, and a lot of people have claimed to have seen her. So I can't dispute what they think they saw. And if you're into the paranormal, we've actually investigated the beach, and we'll be investigating the cemetery. So if you'd like to see if we caught anything or captured any sort of evidence, feel free to go over to my husband's channel, who is great at what he does, Jason Ghost Hunter, and check his channel out. One's a beautiful one of clasped hands. Charles Joseph in twilight. Yeah, so clasped hands often means greeting God on the other side. It can be a married couple, and married couple is they've greeted each other on the other side. If you see a hand pointing down, that means God's collected them early. Doesn't mean that they've gone downstairs. What a beautiful picture of Richard and Lillian. Richard kind of reminds me of, no offence, of the captain out of Gilligan's Island. Rest in peace, my friends. They look like a fun couple. Now here we've got a Joan Archer, 1776. I'm not sure why it's 1776. I'd say that's a plot number, not a date. But could she be the mysterious lass that people see hitchhiking here and disappearing into the cemetery? So we're going to have a look on this row. If you're like me, I love exploring cemeteries anyway. Now I've got a lot of people here that watch my channel that have not subscribed, so please, if you like what I'm putting out, please consider pressing the subscribe button. It costs nothing, it's free. Alright, here we got Vladis with his doggy. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, rest in peace. And here we got another handsome man, Trevor. Beautiful. He looked like James Dean, rock star or movie star. And we've got Ted, and a beautiful angel surrounding him. May he rest in peace. Got some more beautiful angel in there. All right, so now I'll take you to another part of the cemetery, but I've pretty much shown you most of this bottom part. So here's an unmarked one here with just poppies. And a little Santa. So someone's been here at Christmas time. So over here we've got one with a car on it. Obviously his pride and joy. There's a young man. And you got Adam Stephen Ads. Now cruising like a falcon way up high. Forever doing burnouts in the sky. Rest in peace, my friend. Beautiful. It's gorgeous big ones over here. So this cemetery's all in little sections as well, different religions, different cultures. And they're all separated from each other. Got this lovely young lady too. May she rest in peace. Got some cars here. This looks like a child's grave. For all the toy cars. Little toy. It's a baby. Rest in peace. I might go back over this side. There's a few people visiting and I don't want to offend them. You know, some people find it really strange that you're filming graves. And I do come in respect. And I'm not here to upset anybody. A lovely couple here. Robert Edward, George Loveys and Gwendolyn. So we'll just have a look at some graves of interest while we're here. This is beautiful. Audra, Margaret. What a beautiful young woman she was. And Donald must have been her father. There's some more photos over here. Ella and Rankin William, Ken. Beautiful. And they look like movie stars from a 1920s movie. So beautiful. Here's an interesting one, no photo. Neville Nifty Robert Freeman, our mate, 1926, 1994. Rest in peace. Like I said, I love roaming the cemeteries and paying my respects, and also wondering what their story is, because everybody has a story. And I do enjoy the stories from the ordinary person. There's some more black and white ones over here. You got Eva and Steve. And she died in 2018 and he in 2007. Beautiful. May you both rest in peace. There's another angel one up ahead. Another one of those black and white photos we love. Yelena and Mick, beloved parents of Charlene, Carrie and 6 grandkids. So they've lived a good, happy life. Beautiful. Got a couple more down this end and we'll cut across. Up here we've got a lovely ash garden. Wow. I think they're just samples. They're not quite real. Well, these aren't. This one's used. Thelma Jean Dart and Henry. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. That's a beautiful way to say it. Life's just too horribly short, I think. You know, I still cry over my father, and he died when I was only 22. It's been a few years now, but you know, like I said, life's too short. And his anniversary is this month, the night before Halloween, on the 30th. Got some name plaques on here. These seem to be very more popular where we live. All the beaches and parks have got these kind of memorial trees, and each leaf is a person, and they're coming up everywhere. And I think because in Australia, or in New South Wales in particular, and Victoria, I'd say, there's a real shortage of graves in the area. We're just watching on the news last night in Rookwood, people are waiting up to 2 years to have a crypt or to have a burial, and they're put in temporary crypts. So I think they're doing this as a way of more, space-wise. People can have their ashes scattered and have their name plaque here, so they're never forgotten. So we'll come down here. Sadly, someone's accidentally run over one of the crosses. Giuseppe, Parramatta supporter. This gorgeous big wooden cross. No name to it. They obviously like to 4X. That's a beer. Gorgeous. Alright, so we'll explore a few more and we'll probably call it a day. But it's not a very big cemetery, Norahville. But I chose this one as part of our Halloween theme. We're going to pick some stories or some cemeteries with a ghost story attached. There's a couple here. You've got Colin and Sandra. Rest in peace. This one's quite cute. Damien, our golden boy. Surfing heaven's perfect waves, a forever loving son and brother and friend to all. Beautiful. And next to him is a simple but lovely tombstone, and it just says, "Rest in peace, Eddie Fordham, one of the best mates a bloke could ask for." Rest in peace. What a lovely... I like things like that. They're simple but to the point. It's beautiful. I try and imagine him as just a wonderful man that was just a really good person and a best mate to someone. Over here we've got someone's house, a picture of their home. Isn't that a gorgeous home? Dear husband and father, we couldn't bring you home, so we brought your home to you. Be sure to leave the lights on for us. And lots of beautiful memories there. Joseph, you lived your life to the full. Dear husband, father, grandfather and great-grandfather. You have hunted wild pigs and ridden horses, driven nail jiggers and tractors, eaten your share of pork and seafood, built and loved your home and gardens, also passed on to your children your ability to turn your hand to everything. So put your shovel down and be proud of what you have achieved, and then walk amongst the birds and enjoy a nice cold beer as this showers on us. Aww, I feel actually a lump in my throat. How beautiful. That is just so beautiful. I've got no words now. It's just left me a bit emotional. So beautiful to be loved that much. And this one's quite unusual. I can see a horse behind us. Yeah, Ivan. He loved his horses. Oh, he's still alive, 1942. So it must be a pre-bought one for himself. A lot of people are doing that too. Okay. So just going to look at a couple more of interest, and I saw this one. James. He obviously liked his bike, and he was only a young man too, 19. Always hoping to land amongst the stars, that's what dreamers do. Always loved, forever missed and never forgotten by mother, father, brother, sister and friends. Right on. Beautiful. And we're just a little bit watched by another bird in this cemetery, magpies. It's magpie season. They're beautiful birds and they've got a beautiful song, but they will swoop if they've got babies nearby. But this one seems to be watching us. And a lot of superstitious people feel that birds are actually carry the spirits of the dead. So when you go to cemeteries and a bird's watching you, it's a spirit. I don't know. Do you believe that? I have no idea, but I do often see birds and cats. Cats are protectors, apparently. So, yeah, I do like my magpies. They're one of my favourite Australian birds. So we'll look at a couple of more and we'll wrap it up. Hope you've enjoyed this explore. There's this one, gorgeous. One of the new ones. Beautiful. I love the way they've done the stones. That's just gorgeous. And it said, you never said I'm leaving, you never said goodbye. You were gone before we knew it, and only God knows why. In life we loved you dearly, in death we love you still. In our hearts we hold a place that only you can fill. It broke our hearts to lose you, but you didn't go alone. A part of us went with you the day God took you home. Rest in peace. Beautiful. So a few down the corner here. I'd say our ghost will always remain a mystery. I'll just fix this up. Try not to stand on anyone's grave. And that one's knocked over. And this one here, we've got Barry McGuigan, loving husband of Debbie, adored uncle. There's nothing more I want to do, no places I'm trying to reach. Only time is now, more precious to the oldest surfer on the beach. Forever surfing the eternal wave. Life is wonderful, enjoy it. And nicer story, nicer picture of him on the surfing there, doing what he did best. Isn't that beautiful? Rest in peace. And I like how his tombstone's the shape of a surfboard. So I'm going to wrap this up where it's nice and quiet, and let other people visit their relatives in peace. But I haven't had an experience here. I don't feel anything. We have investigated the lighthouse. Whether you believe in ghost stories or not, they're there, and they will feature this month's theme for Halloween. Until my next adventure in a cemetery, I'll catch you soon. Have a great week. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.